Okay. All right. Yeah, here we go. If we need to chat, let me know. Just chat me something. Otherwise, I'm gonna keep us this way. How do you see yourself on the you're on the left on
I
your
see
screen?
myself yep,
Okay.
pretty, yeah.
Okay. What up, everybody? We're just talking some technical stuff. Ryan Adanda here. Aaron Equihua. Equihua, right?
Iwa.
Equihua. I gotta stop over pronouncing it or something. Yeah. Yeah, well, you already know my man's. If you don't know my man's is my man's. He's from California. He's from South Cali. It's overpricing the motherfucker up in there. So that's why my man wants to get the fuck out. He already has his Mexican passport. He's a dual citizenship of two countries, if you didn't already know that. But you already know that probably by now. So anyways, my man is interested in Paraguay. That's why we're linked up. That's why we're homies. That's why we're virtual homies. But we will be in person homies very soon here. We are sipping a little bit, ladies and gentlemen. So hey, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. But we're just starting out. We're just starting out, sort of semi. Settle a little a short on-screen conversation right before this. Anyways, so we're gonna get into some topics here. You guys, you already know, right? Under my best life, but why Aaron's channel, I forgot to mention, is the Hispanic Expat. I will link it down below in the description. I'll probably put it on the screen here if I remember. Um, and yeah, so Aaron, forgive me, Aaron, but I'm gonna give Aaron's update really quick for him. But Aaron is looking into he has been looking into virtual work, but as we all know, virtual work options are very motherfucking hard to come by. So my man Aaron has shifted, and so he's going to be pursuing a merchant mariner option, which is essentially you work on a boat for a while, you do a contract, you're on the boat, you make a lot of money, you save your goddamn money, then you come back and then you do whatever the fuck you want with life, and it goes by contract, right? So he's taking all the steps to do that. That's another thing, young gentlemen, that if you don't know what the fuck you want to do, have a career shift, like a major one. He will be saving money while he's on this boat, right? I can't do no boat shit. I will get seasick. I will get, oh my God, I can't do no boats or work on planes or none of that shit, guys. I need to be on land. If you recruited me tomorrow, it has to be on land. You know what I mean? I can't do boats. I can't do seas. I can't do sharks. I can't do whales. I can't do it, you guys. But Aaron can. So, if he gets eaten by a shark, hey, that's on him. But, I'm just playing. Aaron ain't getting eaten by no shark, unless it's a girl shark, yeah, they want to eat them up all, you know what I mean? But anyways, so shit, I'm gonna stop clowning around. Anyways, but Aaron, I gave your whole life update, besides all the intimate stuff. But anyways, anything else you want to say, brother, before we get started into our nonsense?
Yeah, no, definitely. This is the part three, right? Part three.
Yes,
Uh,
everybody.
part three of our podcast. So we've really we've connected a lot ever since way before the first video when I first found his channel. And just like Ryan was saying we've had a lot of changes in our life, mine included, just like what he was saying. The whole virtual remote thing. I mean, I was working in it for the last several months trying to get remote work. You guys are from the US or any Western country, you guys are seeing a lot of those layoffs and a lot of just instability right now with that industry and that market. And like he said, I'm shifting, and I can say that I'm comfortable making that career switch because I've done different jobs outside of what I currently do. I've worked in Alaska before. I don't know if I've shared that before. I did a season. I did two seasons. I did one season of fishing. I didn't work on a boat, but I processed and all that. So I know what it's like to do 16-hour shifts, like 7 days a week for an extensive time, right? So, but yeah, I'm in my case, I think I'm more inclined to doing work that's a little more physical, and also work that I know that when I'm gonna do the work, I'm gonna do it for a certain amount of time, and then I'll obviously have my time off, which is the whole goal of my career shift, is to have that time off and basically save the money that I make. And the beauty of the industry, from what I've researched, is that it's civil service, so I can be in the US if I wanted to. I can be in Mexico, or I can also be in Paraguay, which is where I'm looking at the moment. And yeah, I mean, and like I've told Ryan, and I shared in the channel with Ryan, is that I will be in Paraguay soon to get my residency, to meet with Ryan. Hopefully me and him we can actually share, beers in person, drinks, and really just catch up and meet each other, and like do an interview, do a podcast type of video, and then really get to explore Paraguay as I get my residency there. Um, my channel, I haven't been as active, but that's one of my upcoming ideas or videos, is to explain the reasons why I'm looking into Paraguay as well. Hence why I have two citizenships, but I think it's always good to have options. And I think Paraguay is one of them. So
Okay.
that's all I have for you guys. And yeah. We'll
Awesome.
on.
Awesome. Yeah, a few things. Number one, get subscribed to his channel now so you can subscribe to his whole journey going ahead. And just like a lot of you guys subscribed in the beginning, including Aaron, to mine, that was in the very beginning stages. Yes, I had B-roll from a past trip, from my residency trip, right? And but a lot of you guys like the journey. You guys like to see the journey, and that's in fact, I just got like a couple emails this last week. They're like, "Man, we've been following your journey." I was like, "Really? Damn, from the beginning?" Like, and I know that you might be back watching videos, which is cool as hell. But get on Aaron's journey now. So hit that subscribe button for the Hispanic expat. Do not change your motherfucking channel, Aaron. I'm gonna be mad as hell.
I'm sticking to it. Sticking to it.
All right. He's sticking to it, guys, for better or worse, whether it becomes woke or not, for offensive or not. He's sticking to it, you guys. He's sticking to it. Yeah, I just play it. No, I'm not playing, but he actually is sticking to it. All right. So yeah, get on that first. Other thing I wanted to say, this is what we talked about. I believe in part 2 of our last conversation. Um, is you see how he just jumped into something fucking insanely different, that because you're essentially you're doing social work right now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's essentially doing social work, right? But he has this major fucking shift. Now he does live in a port town, so like me living in Wisconsin, this would not be an option for me unless I would literally move to where he is, or like Florida or some shit, and then it would be an option for me. But you guys who are living on the coasts, like think about this, right? Like fuck it, just sacrifice everything like he's doing, and he's gonna have hard goodbyes. He's gonna have hard goodbyes with his family. He's gonna have probably hard goodbyes with girls, or one girl or something like that. And then with his homies, with his your one brother, right? With your brother, those are gonna be hard goodbyes, even for a few months at a time, even if you're gone. So like, your presence is gonna be missed, and I'm sure you're mentally preparing for all that now. So anyways, that's a huge shift. I know he just talks about it like it's a fucking resume. No offense, but like, but you guys don't understand. Even something like that, that's not like a full move abroad for like an entire year or two, or for the rest of your life, but it's a major shift. So like, but he's comfortable with doing that because he's worked so many things already. He knows what the grind is. He knows what getting it out the mud is. He knows what making sacrifices are. He knows what working shitty ass part-time jobs where you're treated like shit are, just like I have. Just like I've given you testimony, all the fucked up ass jobs I've worked, since 14 years old. My man's done the same shit. Even before that, I'm sure you were doing chores and mowing lawns type shit. You know what I mean?
Plumbing as well.
So, because I didn't even have to ask him. I already fucking knew that, because like we come from those kind of families. Before we even hit 14, me and my brother were mowing lawns for peoples and stuff. So yeah, bro. Like, I mean, come on. Like, so anyways, there might be people who like, and I kind of get why some of the older generation like looks down on us, like, you goddamn kids, yeah, you haven't earned a single goddamn thing in your life, because some of you guys haven't. But like a lot of us have, or we've done like all the same dirty ass jobs that our parents and our grandparents did. Maybe not exactly, but we get the idea, right? Like, we worked at retail, restaurants, got our hands dirty in the motherfucking mud, all this shit, doing whatever, yard work. landscaping, all the fucking shit, before our comfy little office jobs. And then their comfy little office jobs don't pay shit. So then you got to revert back to something like crazy in your mind, right? Anyways, I'll get off my high horse for that. But like, anyways, the only reason I bring that up is because like Aaron, like, he made this shift in what, less than a month and a half. Whether you started talking to me about it, something like that, maybe 2 months by now.
Probably the last, like, I think it was literally like within the last month and a half.
Okay.
Because yeah, because with remote work, I mean, I was already putting close to like 700 applications. Some might argue that I need to put more,
Mm-hmm.
1,000, 1,500 applications. But when does it get to a point where like every little detail that you try to calculate or change, right, in trying to find remote work, like when does it get to a point where it's like you're just throwing out resumes but you're not getting anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
So within the last like month and a half, 2 months, to be honest, I don't know how I stumbled upon it, because I think I had looked, because before, believe it or not, I did wanted to join the military, but because I have family that have served in the military, honorably, the Air Force and the Navy. Believe it or not, Navy was one of the things I was looking at right out of high school and even after college.
San Diego.
But
Well, not technically San Diego, but
yeah. Imperial Valley. Shout out to Imperial Valley 760. That's my hometown. That's where I'm from. If you guys know, but military, that I looked into it, but I think this merchant marine industry, I think it's a better move, because it's similar to that in terms of like, as far as like like having a purpose to like actually like work on a ship, transport, all those things. But I feel like, because I had an epiphany the last several weeks, the last several months of my current job, as far as like working in the cubicle, like dealing with certain things that it's just that comes with that kind of job. I just wasn't inspired. And it's not even for the money. It's just more so that I want to have that freedom to be like, you know what, I'm going to actually I'm going to work for several months, right? I'm going to work on an assignment on a vessel. And when I have time off, I can have that time off and I can use it as I please.
Okay, I'm gonna pause you real quick. So just a couple things. So yeah, just because Aaron's getting out the mud in a new way, does not mean that I'm saying that you should not try to be your own boss in life. In fact, that's Aaron's ultimate goal, which I'm sure you're going to get into. Well, I mean, you already are on the path, right? You reach out to everybody who's already on that path. You're already doing your YouTube stuff. You already put out videos. You're already giving your testimony out to the world. And whether it takes off now, 3 months from now, or a year from now, it doesn't matter. You're already in that pursuit of being your own boss, because we all know, like, being the cubicle Carl, it only pays off, or you might only survive off of that, just like I was in the States. I was just surviving, right? You may be able to save a little bit if you're disciplined enough, right? And Aaron is very disciplined when he saves, right? In my ways, I was too, more so in the last 2 years. Before that, not so much, to be completely honest. But, and then another thing I will say too, in general, but it also is to Aaron's situation, is that, and we had this conversation off camera, me and Aaron, is that me and Aaron could have been cubicle Carls back in the day. I know this is a stupid ass term, right? But anyways, we could have been, office guys, right? Got our paycheck, done our thing. If we were to live back in the day, why? Because it would have had a payoff. Because we would have been able to afford that house. We would have been able to keep our families fed, all cars up to date, all insurance life was more affordable. So, and in fact, the reason actually, the deep reason I bring that up is because my dad admitted to us when we were all of age, or when we were all above 18, he admitted to my brother first, but then me, and I think my sister too, that like he hated his fucking job. He worked for an insurance company for 30 fucking years, and then the '08 crisis, they laid him off. You know what I mean? So like he fucking despised his goddamn job. My dad, extremely fucking intelligent, and he would have put his stupid ass fucking managers to fucking shame, and he did. You know what I mean? And like, and this, they wouldn't take his ideas off of like either their own egos or whatever. And you know, my dad is an extremely logical man, very you know, outside the box thinking with his own approaches to things, whatever. So he was a very good asset. And well, not only that, I'll back up even before that, before he got laid off, but he also knew how to, and not a lot of Americans know how to do this, but he said no to money. He said no to promotions because he knew that those promotions would have taken away time from his family. So like, and I know this is all fucking damn like dreaming at this point, unless you like come to a country like Paraguay or something, or like Mexico or whatever. But like this is all like dreaming for us because like that's not even a projectable fucking future for us. Like so what I'm trying to say is that like my dad said no to money and promotions because he wanted to be at home by 5 o'clock, by 6 o'clock, so we could all eat dinner as a family. So my dad could have been making 150, 200, whatever. You know, I think, I don't know, man, my dad probably maxed out like maybe slightly under 100, which is very fucking good money. So don't, I don't give a fuck if anybody of you makes more money than my dad in his day, whatever the fuck, irrelevant. My dad and my mom were super fucking smart with money. Till this day, they're traveling the fucking world, just like Aaron's parents are. And we've had this conversation. Super goddamn fucking smart with money. So even though they may not have started fucking Fortune 500 companies, they took care of their families. We're both like how we are. Our siblings are like how we are, like at least like relatively decent. You know what I mean? We're moving in the right projection. Yes, I may have many disagreements with my parents, but that's the deep reason why I wanted to bring up like the cubicle Carl shit worked back in the day. Okay. For us, you pretty much have to do something entrepreneurial. You have to. If you want to escape the fucking rat wheel, the fucking hamster wheel, whatever you want to call it, the matrix. I hate that term had to be like kind of like, yeah, you can't say that anymore because this one motherfucker named cough cough Tate overused that shit and just like fucking like destroyed that. I love that term, the matrix, until he just overused it and just like, oh my god. But okay, let's just say that, whatever. But you guys get what I'm saying though. So let's break all this down because I know I talk a shit ton, but Aaron shifted his mindset. He's gonna do something. He's gonna save up. He's gonna come back. He's gonna regroup. He's gonna say what up to fam. Then he's probably gonna peace out from fam for a while, just like I did. He's gonna move abroad. He's gonna do the entrepreneurial stuff. He's gonna have mega fucking savings so he could be here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fucking years. And we've had that whole conversation. We're not gonna bring money numbers into this shit right now, because I bring that shit up all the time too. But I want you guys to see Aaron's projection. This is exactly why you should subscribe to his motherfucking channel. This is exactly why you should follow his journey. And, you know, this is why you should follow people who start YouTube channels early on in general, too. And I have much respect to all my followers out there who like hit me up on whatever, email, Instagram, everything. Everywhere you guys hit me up. Much respect. You guys are not subs. You guys are human beings. You know what I mean? And I know I fuck up and I use the term subs sometimes when like talking to other people or whatever, but like, you know, I understand the value because I remember how much I would have to respect somebody to be able to, or to click subscribe. You know what I mean? Especially because, you know, we grew up with the internet and I was clicking subscribe for every motherfucking musical group and everything. But like later in life, when you try to follow real shit, you listen to the realists, you know, maybe not the most glamorous. This is not the most glamorous life you can live, but this is the realest shit you can live. You know what I mean? Okay, I'm gonna shut the fuck up. Aaron, please tell us something while I make a little drink here.
I already finished my beer, so I'm
God damn it, Aaron. Oh, look at Aaron. He's a fucking...
I'm repping in my second beer, Dos Equis, for my Mexicanos.
All right.
Dos Equis is
in a second, you guys. He's outpacing me, you guys. God damn it, you guys. I'm just playing.
Yeah.
Aaron, taking this, Aaron.
Uh, man, I mean, that was a lot said. I mean, definitely. I mean, I think well, me and especially off camera, me and Ryan have had those conversations, right? You know, and we've talked about how, I guess, you know, you could say 30 years ago for sure, like it would have made sense for us to continue our paths, right? Like if it was our office job, our professional title, whatever state job, federal job, whatever the case may be. But, you know, now that Ryan has previously been in that position before, currently I'm also in that position. I mean, it's hard to see like a future. Because I mean, you got to look at the numbers. Specifically, you got to look at the numbers because with inflation that's going on, with the interest rates, although they've gone down 0.5% down with the mortgage rates or the interest rates, that's still not going to change with inflation and possibly hyperinflation, regardless of who goes into office, right? Because we got that stuff going on. But it's just people are struggling. You know, some people are in more fortunate positions than others. They can save more. They're living with family, with their parents, with a family member, right? And there's some people that are literally they're living in their cars, like, and so I think finding a way to break out of that, if you're still young, if you're still in your 20s, heck, even if you're like right out of high school, you know, consider the consider what's not the status quo, right? What's not like the traditional path that my parents, Ryan's parents, or possibly grandparents, right? Because I shared my story before openly about how, you know, my grandparents came to this country. My parents, they went through the traditional route. They didn't go to school, they didn't complete college,
Just
but you know, they made something out of themselves for sure.
just pause really quick, you guys. If you guys don't know Aaron's full story, well, like I said, go to his channel, but also he's done a very detailed interview about his life with Jose Arteaga Travels. Arteaga. 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 Jose Arteaga Travels. And just look at for Aaron Equihua. Equuiha. Well, goddamn it.
It's all right. It's good.
HUA. God damn it. All right.
My life.
You know what I mean? Whatever. Look up Aaron. It's fucking. It'll be right down in the description. I'll put the fucking video down in the description. My bad, homie. But yeah, you know what I mean. Anyway, so if you want to know more context about his life, definitely go check out his videos. Click like, God damn it, share his videos, share with other people in his position, Chicanos. Like I can only relate so much to Chicanos because I'm not Chicano. I'm Paraguayan. I grew up in the States like that. But Aaron can relate more than I can to Chicanos, Mexican Americans, whatever, Mexicanos, more than I can. Okay. So I'm just putting that out there, you guys. All right. Anyways, my bad. I totally just fucked you up and cut you off.
No, you're good. We got so much to say. But but no, I mean definitely. I mean it's like and yeah, I mean really it's it's just so different. Even in the last few years, the last 3, 5 years, I mean, it's hard to see a future in a country that once before, you know, in our parents' generation or right, the boomers, if I'm not mistaken, the Gen Xers, right, following the boomers, right? Well, basically the older generation, how they had a lot more access to wealth in a sense. They were able to buy a house, they were able to own a car, they were able to build a family, they were able to save money, they were able to go on vacations. I can say that because I'll use myself as an example. My parents, they've been traveling since they've retired. They've gone on trips. They recently went to Turkey, Dubai, like and they have more trips planned. And
my parents are in Italy right now too.
yeah, and the thing is, And a lot of
Hi,
times
mom and
also,
dad. Hi, Kristen.
a lot of times it's too, like Ryan was saying, is that, you know, not everyone, but some people are really smart with their money. They pay off their debt, they pay off their mortgage, they put savings aside, you know, they have a second or third house that they rent out to someone, right? How is that possible for us, the working class or the average to above average middle class, you know, if we're making 40, 60, even $80,000 a year, and plus the taxes we have to pay on gas, groceries, cost of living. If you got kids, if you're married, like like people almost think that it's not like it's just like it's just yeah, we're just gonna like enjoy ourselves and do, you know, doom spending, which that's another topic for another separate video, how people are doom spending. But like you're a hamster in a wheel, and where are you going to be able to get out of that? You either you got to be super rich, you know, have a high status, which I mean, not all of us have that, right? Or you got to think outside the box, consider other places to live or other places to relocate, part time out of the year, full time out of the year. It just really takes a moment to set aside and to think, hey, like, am I really going to be able to afford a house one day? Am I really going to be able to have a family one day? Am I going to be able to actually have savings on the side to do what I want or to start a business? Right. And quite frankly, that dream is becoming a lot more bleak in the United States and in other Western countries. That's why I know a lot of people may argue or they may disagree with how I see it, but I mean, put yourself in my shoes, right? Put yourself in the shoes of the younger people like Ryan himself, like myself, whether we're in our 20s and 30s, we're not in the same tax bracket as those who are in their 50s and 60s. If they made the smart decisions and they made the smart moves of, you know, saving their money, buying a house, all that. Um, so
Yeah. You guys. So okay, this is poems. This is a list. This is everything. But I just want to scroll through something, right? So especially the last 3 years, right? I've had a list for absolutely like okay, some of these are like grocery lists, but some of these are like poems, lyrics, but a lot of these are like what are like I had a huge list of like what are all the fucking things I need to take or before I get to Paraguay. Like fuck, I need to get my medical shit figured out. I need to pay this off. I need to get a plane ticket. I need this and that and like all kinds of crazy shit, right? Anyway, so like that's why like I have a fucking just like jump like it. And believe me, even though it may seem like not that many lists, oh, bro, they're like in depth, right? Because you can't just like do a fucking Word doc anymore for like everything. I guess some of you guys can, but if for you guys who have iPhones, your notes shit comes in handy all the fucking time. If you're not taking notes, if you're like even something like Aaron says, like, oh shit, you know what? I didn't think about that. Fuck it, let me put it down in my notes real quick. And I know Aaron does this shit too. Like when I do a video or I might talk about a price or something, he's taking notes. So guys, take notes. And this is not being, I'm not gaslighting you guys. I'm not trying to be like, oh, you stupid kids, you don't know what you fuck you're doing. I'm not trying to be like that. I'm trying to be just like, hey, you guys, this is something that our parents did not have. So let's recognize too what we do have, right? Our parents also could not make money off of YouTube. Well, unless nowadays they can, but like back in their day, I'm saying, you know what I mean? Before the fucking 90s and earlier, whatever, or even early 2000s, they couldn't, right? So like this motherfucker, I know you guys are consumers, but be producers for fuck's sake. You know what I mean? And believe me, it's not an easy journey. In fact, like I become a little more controversial because oh my god, I see how I feel. Oh my god, I'm not just a fucking robot. Oh my god, I should. If I'm a robot, man, I should just go on motherfucking and be a weather reporter and shit. You know what I mean? Local news type shit. You know what I mean? Anyways, my bad. I don't mean to offend any weather reporter, but like, you know what I mean? You guys, like, come on, man. Like utilize. Yes. A lot of our shit that we're talking about may seem like complaining to the old generations, but we do have some tools. We do have some tools. Aaron reached out to me. He was one of my first subscribers. You know how he was one of my first subscribers? You know what he probably typed in? Moving to Paraguay or some shit like that. I don't know. I don't know exactly. Or it must have popped up because he must have typed that shit in like 30,000 times before that, and probably one of my videos popped up. So, get your YouTube shit right. Instead of watching motherfucking Mr. Beast being a weirdo or whatever the fuck, or like instead of watching motherfucking 20v1s or fucking weird ass, like ratchet ass, dumb ass shit on YouTube, maybe you try to follow some serious people, not the goons, not the motherfucking Tates, but like follow a Bo Refik. How did he get to Romania? How did I get to Paraguay? How the fuck did Aaron get a double citizenship being such a young man? At 20, you were 24 when you did that.
20, 25.
Whatever.
25.
24, 25. Now you're 26. Okay. You guys get the picture. Okay, we may not be the biggest channels, but we have more answers than a lot of these dumb motherfuckers with like 4 billion. Well, okay, you want to watch another fucking Mr. Beast video? Oh my god, let me watch another prank. Oh my god. For what, dude? For fucking what? Are you gonna be a better professional prankster? Is that really the fucking end goal of your life? You know how fucking hard you have to work, and you know how much character you have to pull that shit off? You know what I mean? Like, even I might say some shit off the cuff, but I couldn't even pull that shit off. Like, first of all, I wouldn't even want to. That's just such juvenile ass shit. I mean, that's like, it's kind of like I don't know, setting up like a VHS shop. It's just like it's gonna die. You know what I mean? Like it's eventually gonna fucking die. It's a product that's not gonna last. But this telling stories, your journey, it can last, even if not everything is up to date. Say somebody comes across Aaron's channel 5 years from now, or my channel 5 years from now. Maybe not every detail is relevant. Maybe the prices have shifted a little bit, but the theme is still the same. I gotta get out. What the fuck am I doing? This is still high cost of living. I gotta go somewhere low cost of living. I can't have a family. It's unaffordable. It's gonna be even more unaffordable 5 years from now. I bet you. And even in my case, right? I'm only here for 3 fucking months. But like I know that some of my friends look at me differently in a more respected way because they see that I'm actually doing it. Right. And then a lot of them, like they kind of got a little bit sick of it when I was talking about it in the US, right? Because I would over talk about it. It was all I talked about because it was all my life, right? And then when it is everything, when it's all or nothing, literally, like it's a huge thing, and I know that a lot of my content seems like preaching, and when Aaron does a lot of his stuff and he gives his testimony, especially once he like hits that merchant mariner stuff, and then he goes to Mexico or he comes here, and then he starts living his life. A lot of his stuff is gonna seem like it's preaching, but it's wisdom. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
anyways, Aaron, please react to that.
Oh, it's true. I mean, I think one thing that you said that caught my attention was how a lot of, I guess you could say, content creators, or a lot of what people consume on YouTube, a lot of times it's not even beneficial. A lot of it's just trending. People want to get, instantly famous. They want to do things that are trending, right? And sometimes we kind of all fall into it in a sense, but like the internet, or in this case YouTube, a lot of times it's a space too where you can like learn stuff. You can pick up on things that you want to get into, careers that you want to get into, hobbies, ways of living, right? Like me, I had always been interested in traveling as a young kid because I had done it with my family. But as I got older, as I graduated high school and then college, and I kind of got some life experience, you start to question things, and you start to you start to follow your own motivations, your own narrative, because when you're a young person, a super young person, they're going to throw you a lot of things that they want to lead you to believe in, right? Oh no, you should get into this job, or you should get into this career, or you should get into this field, or live this way, spend this way, do this way. At some point, you got to shut people off and you got to find what's right for you. Some people are just more materialistic. Some people are just more ultralistic. Some people are just more, whatever floats their boat, right? And I've kind of learned along the way with myself, right? Because I'm a very like I'm a very spiritual person, but also like religious, not religious, but spiritual in the sense where like believing in a higher power, but also having self awareness of my thoughts, who I am as a person, the experiences I've had, and I've learned along the way that you have to do what feels right for you. And if you try doing what others think that you should do, and if it doesn't feel right, then that's where you're finding yourself. That's where you're really trying to find who you are. Why am I here? What are my goals? What do I like? What do I not like? Right. And that's it's a journey. I'm still figuring it out, but I think at the age of 26, I've had some experiences where I've learned along the way who I want to be and what I want for my future, right? Um, and really, I mean, it comes down to the people that you meet along the way, right? Like Ryan's a person that, like he was saying earlier, I actually found him just for YouTube. Believe it or not, and I've told Ryan about this, I knew of Paraguay years ago. You mind sharing me the story? I knew about Paraguay back. I actually looked back. It was in 2017 when I was in Seattle. I was on a family trip,
I love this.
and yeah, and basically what happened was, it was a family trip. Me and my parents, we were in Seattle, and my dad had this funny comment. Our first days there in Seattle, he's like, he would say, "Hey, like, where's the Latinos? Where's the Mexicans at?" Just kind of joking around. And next thing you know, we're walking through close to Pike Market, and we start seeing Mexican jerseys. They're like, "What's going on?" Like, and we later found out that they were having a soccer game, and Mexico was playing against Paraguay, and I had no clue about Paraguay at all. How funny how life is, right?
Mm-hmm.
And literally hours before the game was going to start in the evening, we ended up buying tickets last minute. And that was literally the first time I actually heard of Paraguay in my life. And so, years later, I still, Paraguay was just a place that I've heard of. Not until I started doing my dual citizenship in Mexico that I started looking more into Paraguay. Um, and also, I also found that Paraguay is a unique place that that really I feel like it feels like a place that I can connect to in a sense, just because of what the characteristics of what the country is and the people, right? Especially because Ryan, although he was raised in the States, he's Paraguayan, right? He's a Paraguayan as well. Um, but I guess what I'm trying to say is, like in life, you're gonna have experiences, you're gonna find your way, and I think the message that Ryan tries to convey in his videos alongside of his journey is to find your best life. That's why his channel is called My Best Life, because it's almost it's almost like a it's almost like a manifestation or a reflection of like he's living his best life because he's intentional with his life. Whereas for some of us, it takes a lot longer or a lot, it's a lot harder for us to actually find our groove and find how we can live our best life, whether that's Paraguay, other places, other lifestyles, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Well, yeah. Well, one thing I will disagree with you there. It took a long time. It didn't come immediately. But in recent my recent history, yes, it came relatively only because like, I'm like an Aaron, right? Like I did my research for life, and I always threw myself in situations where I was going to be even in America, right? Surrounded by Latino culture, always. Like I was at motherfucking Mexicano bailes and shit. I didn't know the first fucking thing about Paraguay, but I was hanging with Mexicanos. You know what I mean? And like so, like I got mad love. We've talked about this off camera before. I got mad love for Mexicanos and stuff. So like they're my second peoples. Y'all, you know what I mean? In fact, in many ways, almost my first peoples. Like at least Latino wise, right? Um anyway, so yeah, it came to me, but after a lot of soul searching and some life events, right? Like I was on the path to most likely marry the girl that I was with there. And it probably wouldn't have been a good idea. No, actually, I know it wouldn't have been a good idea. But I was on that path regardless because, like many men, we like to just make things work, right? Even if it's not good for us, you know what I mean? And a lot of you may disagree with me. Oh no, I wouldn't do that. Oh yeah, you would, motherfuckers. Yeah, you would. Don't give me that bullshit. Y'all some motherfucking liars, dog. Yeah, yeah, anyway, I'll stop with that shit. But Aaron, goddamn it, give me a cheers. Where the fuck are you on your third beer yet?
On my second one, I'm already kicking.
Okay, Aaron's still on the second beer. All right, I'm still on my second drink too. Okay, well, semi sort of. I was in Ottawa earlier today. Oh, that was actually the other thing I was gonna say. You see how Aaron takes things in life, and what am I trying to say? Not everything needs to be backed with numbers. Yes, most things should, like logical things, but you see how that one experience of like, damn, Paraguay. Oh shit, Mexico's playing Paraguay. I never even thought about Paraguay. Never crossed my fucking mind. And then he might have stumbled on it later in YouTube and found like, wow, a lot of people are talking really well about this strange little country. Wow, maybe I should consider it, right? And then you probably went deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper, exactly like I did. Well, I didn't really need to, but I also did just because I wanted everybody's opinion on my country, and it seemed to be all positive. It wasn't no El Salvador, it wasn't no Venezuela, it wasn't even an Ecuador nowadays, it wasn't even a Colombia. There wasn't the degeneracy, there wasn't the or even I love Mexico, but Mexico's prices shot the fuck up in like the last couple of years since COVID.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? That's a big reason why Paraguay is on Aaron's radar now. And I'm not gonna say that Paraguay that could never happen to Paraguay. It could happen like 10, 15 years from now. But even then, it'll still be more tempered, and the dollar will be strong here. So don't worry about that. You know what I mean? Like literally, guys, 2 bedroom, 2 bathroom, big outdoor fucking area in the back, place for my fucking dog to run back and forth this little like fucking place, built-in grill in the goddamn wall, out here patio, enough space for 3 tiny cars, 2 bigger cars, $376 a month renting. You know what I mean? So like, you know what I mean? So I don't mean to bring that shit up to throw it in your fucking face. I'm bringing that shit up so you guys can dream and take the right steps so you guys can live the same life. You know what I mean? So anyways, but anyway, getting back to like the taking things from life. I was just in Ottawa right now, right? I'm gonna go chill mode. But anyways, uh so I was in Ottawa right now, and it's a beautiful little tiny town with the church on the top of the hill. And like whenever I get to these really like just peaceful spots with like a little Catholic church, and like I started my video there, and then I walked around and was and do the art thing, and then I ended up there at the end of the night, and it was just so just like soul healing for me, right? And like I was just like, man, everything I'm doing makes sense right now. Like even this little tiny little escape from the city where I live in right now, I'm like it just all makes sense. And and I just took that like, damn, dude, me being here is making sense, because I always feel like, damn, dude, am I doing the right thing? Am I doing the right thing? Am I fucking up? Will I have to like do this or that or whatever? Like, no, that moment being there reminded me that, like, yeah, I'm doing the right thing. You know what I mean? And like, and it also just reminded me too of like my whole motherfucking story, dude. Like, just like coming here for 12 fucking years, like not really knowing too much about the culture or my family or the language that well. And like nowadays, like a lot of that stuff, like I don't even think twice about it, except for the family stuff. But you know, take a moment to internalize special moments. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. That's the biggest thing I'm trying to say, right? And like, and me being there was so powerful, man. Like I got into tears, man. Like, cause like when I prayed, and cause like I went through hard shit in life, man. That's why a lot of the time I talk to younger men, cause like I've been in your exact same fucking position. So when Aaron's age, man, I was out of it, dude. I was out of it. Fucking like, like not really wanting to live, to say the least. And I won't bring all that up. You guys can check out the video where I talk more in detail about that. But like, but like I was just like, damn, dude, this journey is making sense for fucking once, because like as much as I go about numbers and all this fucking shit, like yeah, that kind of stuff all makes sense, and real estate and apartments and cost of living and groceries, and I'll bring something up about how to pay your bills and what it costs and all that stuff. That stuff makes sense, right? On paper, it all makes sense. But the bigger happiness question comes when you like take like a man. I went to a Paraguay soccer game, and like, and also the crowd was probably like, damn, like these Latinos are cool, right? On the other side, right? Like the Paraguayos you saw in the crowd were like, okay, I could see they'd be homies, right? Like they could be,
Yeah.
right? And you're like, damn, these are probably
They're like
Latinos I
almost
ever
more.
fucking met, type shit. You know what I mean? Or even if you didn't meet them, you probably saw their demeanor or whatever. But
Yeah.
like, and like so like take these like moments, and don't always think so like fucking scientifically about everything. Trust your heart a little bit. Like, you know what I mean? So like, I was trusting my heart. I was trusting my heart to like let go of like I think about numbers all the time. So like I like tonight before I came back here to San Lorenzo when I was not why I just like listened to my heart for once. I shut off all my bullshit. I was looking at that like up to the sky, and guess what happened? Guess what happened, you guys? I said Aaron this the last part of this video because I actually ended all my clips, right. um this little like puppy comes out of nowhere, and like, if it was like a mad dog, well, first of all, it would have been barking and wanted to like kill me, but like it wasn't, right. Little puppy, just like when I was looking up at the sky, just comes right towards me, like a little version of my guy, right. And I think he's a boy. I just think every dog is a boy, but anyways, it like comes up to me, just like, wants to play, is like licking me and stuff. I'm like, oh, so cute, so cute. I'm laying in the middle of the grass on the top of the or on the in the middle of the hill. The church is on top. You beautiful scenery, the lake over. You guys are gonna watch the video. You're gonna love it. Anyway, so like, and I just start petting the puppy, and it just seems so at peace, right? Because like it probably like, yeah, people will do that, right? But I was just like, oh, baby girl. Oh, I realized, oh, it's a girl, right? I was like, oh, hey, what's up, baby girl? Like, how you doing and stuff. And it just stayed by me for like 5 minutes, dude. Just wanted to get pet and all that stuff. I was like, this is life, man. This is life. Like, if none of the numbers make sense, if none of the logic makes sense, like this one moment, I don't think that I could have had that moment in the States, right? Like, whatever, bro. Like, I'm not even gonna bring up like the whole dog leash and all that shit, but like, I would have never had that moment here. And like, and also I knew that I should have went to Araguay by myself, not with the girl, not with even fam. Just like I needed this time by myself, get the fuck out of the city, escape. Like it was super, super good for me. And like I just refreshed. I trusted myself, trusted my heart. I let myself have a moment, a heartful moment, a soulful moment, and it was great. You know what I mean? Anyways, I bring that up to relate to why Aaron did his thing, because something in his heart told him, damn, I gotta start looking more into Paraguay. And I never heard about this place. Like I hear about every other fucking country, Argentina, Brazil, Chile, Colombia. Ecuador. I never hear about Paraguay. Let me look into it. And he trusted his heart, and then he started diving in. Oh shit! Everybody's talking good about. Oh shit! There ain't no problems. Oh shit! Low cost of living. Oh shit! Women are fine as fuck. Oh shit! Like, come on, let's go. Like, let's go. I mean, you know, and they accept foreigners. Come on, come on. And Mexicanos, we love Mexicano culture here. Believe me, my neighbors across the street be banging fucking banda and shit. You know what I mean? Like, you know, or whatever the fuck, mariachi or whatever the fuck. You hear the little like, oh, or whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? You know, the music. You know what I mean? So, bro, so whatever. I guess the whole point of my fucking rant is trust your heart, just like Aaron did. Anyways, Aaron, please take us back to Earth.
I will. I will.
All right.
Yeah, I think just those kind of moments that we have, you know, I think it's important to set time for ourselves, right? Because a lot of times we get bombarded with, you know, with family, with friends, with, you know, relationships, with work, with whatever's going on. I think one of the things I wanted to say earlier, which it really hit me when you were sharing that you had a moment, is that like one of the things that I was told right when I was out of high school, I was going to school. Uh, you know, so someone in particular that I worked alongside with, she shared a really thoughtful piece of advice that I still carry with myself from day to day. Is that she said, you know, remember to always stop and smell the roses. Never forget, always stop and smell the roses. Take a moment to just stop, you know, see where you are, reflect on where you're at in your life, where you're going. Because a lot of times we go 100, 1,000 miles per hour, and it feels like we don't know what we're doing at times, right? But I think like Ryan said, where he had his moment, it's good to, you know, set that time aside and just kind of take a breather and just know that, okay, like, you know, am I doing the right thing? Is this the wrong path? Does this feel right? Does this not feel right? And that's where you start to kind of, you take more uh I guess responsibility in a sense of where you're going, right? Because we're the navigators of our own ship. We're the ones that steer our own boats, right? We determine as far as where we're going in this life and where we're headed to, right? And I really admire and I love the story that Ryan shared, and what he shared to me earlier with him just having that moment in front of the church with his dog. Um, and you know that I've had moments like that myself. You know, it hasn't been easy. I've had my moments where I've had to, you know, stop and reflect on who I am as a person. You know, how I've had to do work on myself to improve my personality, or not just personality, but more so of how I perceive and how receptive I am to things that happen in life, right? Because it's easy to point fingers. It's easy to, you know, just to throw it on someone, or it's easy to just kind of, you know, basically lose your shit. Like, it's easy to lose your shit, but especially as men, right? We have to maintain our composure. We have to be the stoic men that are able to maintain our composure and our emotions, analyze, and be mindful of how we perceive things, how we react to things, because life doesn't get easier. And I'm learning that as I go. Life is never going to get easier. The important thing is how we take things as we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, thank you for that, man. Thank you. See, this is exactly why I don't like just keeping my channel and never bringing anybody in, because I can get so full of my own bullshit, you guys. No, but no, seriously though, like I take a, in fact, if you watch my first day in spring, that walk and talk, like even after this, like after we do this interview, I'm gonna re-listen to this, and I'm gonna gather things that Aaron is telling me, and I'm gonna internalize the most important messages, and I'm gonna move forward with those, right? Just like I did with Dr. David Maloney, just like I did with Shane Caldwell, Irishman and an Australian, and my brother here from California. when I'm from motherfucking Wisconsin. Me and him, if I didn't do this, if I didn't start my channel, me and him would have never met. And guess what, man? I can literally probably call Aaron like probably my best friend right now. Like straight up, bro. Like, I talk to him more than my own homies back home because he knows more, and he accepts this new style of life that you have to pursue even more than some of my own homies. Now it's sinking in for some of my homies back home, but like on a different level, And I got some really successful homies who like will stick it out, and then they got a lot of family, even extended families, and they're killing the fucking game economically. And I got more homies that are struggling more, and everybody's in different positions. Some are blue collar, some are white collar, but like I still try to keep the same message, because if you're a young man, if you're in your middle ages, or you're an older man, this moving abroad thing is still for your retirement. Okay. Even if you want to do the plan B, which I don't agree with that. The reason I don't agree with the whole plan B concept is because you're saving your life until you're 55 or 65. That's why I'm like, why would you start living your life at that age? Why don't you at least try to live your life at Aaron's age or my age or something like that? That's why I don't believe in the plan B concept. Oh, just keep residency in your pocket until I need it. Just keep it in your pocket. I'm like, well, so what? You don't want to meet a beautiful woman down here? You don't want to maybe start a family down here? You don't want to do all those awesome fucking steps down here in the meantime before that? You know what I mean? And believe me, it's not easy. That's the first thing we talked about here. The whole virtual thing is not fucking easy. Maybe you have to do something else, save up money, and then eventually make yourself your own boss. You know what I mean? In some sort of fashion, which is literally like what YouTube is now for a lot of us. And this is gonna fall on deaf ears. I fucking know that. In fact, even if I was a kid, like I wouldn't want to listen to this much preaching, but those young men who do have their head on their shoulders, even probably some young women might too. We got different issues though. Let's just I'm not gonna bring all that up, but still, it's still an I mean, at least if not a cultural solution, then an economic solution at best, and a soul saving solution. You know what I mean? Like for real, like because once you're good economically, you can enjoy the rest of life, like our parents are right now.
Yeah.
His parents are in or just went to Turkey. My parents are in Italy right now.
My parents are in Mexico right
I
now.
To be completely honest, you guys, right now, at least right now, only unless I make more money and stuff, but like right now, I don't plan on traveling the world. I plan on going to Argentina and Brazil and maybe Chile. I don't plan on traveling the world until I reach certain economic levels, right?
Yeah.
Now, if you're a boomer and then you have your house, you have your savings, you did everything right, just like we did. You have more in your pocket, and good for you. Good for you. If you're I know a lot of older gentlemen and older women watch my channel. Good for you. You did everything right, and then good for fucking you. Straight up.
Yeah.
I'm not being any sort of sarcastic about that. I'm serious when I say that. But just recognize that us, it's been different, right?
Yeah.
So those who don't want to, and most of you guys do. Most of those who follow channels like mine do understand that. But there are a small portion of you who, yeah, stop complaining, you motherfucker. You ain't complaining now. Yeah,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
But those most of you are down to earth. Most of you do understand. Most of you do have a lot of empathy. Most of you do want to see not just yourselves happy, but the next generation is happy. And I always talk about this. I know you probably heard it about like 3 times now, but 7 generations really generation rule, you guys. Started with the Iroquois, I believe, and other North American tribes. Set yourself up in your life as best as you possibly can. And it's super fucking hard nowadays, right? To be successful, to have something to pass down, to make sure that your kids are successful, and then their kids are successful, and 7 generations, that's your goal. And then anything beyond that is the next generation's goal for their well-being.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll end it there. But yeah.
Yeah.
Aaron.
Yeah. I mean, it's true. I mean, you guys can go back to that video. I'm sure Ryan will put in the link, but It's the same thing that my grandparents did. They had to leave Mexico back in the 60s, right? In the 50s and 60s. That was when the US had the Bracero program at the time after World War II, when they needed farm workers. So a lot of Mexicans, they had to get to the US to find, not just because they felt like it, but they wanted economic opportunity, right? They just wanted opportunity in general, right? Now with what you're seeing in the US, you're seeing the trend that a lot of people are they're dipping out of the US, they're not staying in the US, they're not investing in the US. Um, I feel that I'm one of the few that is just, it has, I can see from 1,000 miles as far as where my future will go if I don't take that chance, right? Um, it really more so. I mean, it's like Ryan says, not everybody's gonna be on the same page with you. That's why myself, I mean, I told this to Ryan, I told this to several people, just a few people that, I'm not, I've learned from experience. I don't like to tell everybody what I think or necessarily what my plans are, because a lot of times I know that, not only do they might disagree, or which is good. I mean, disagreement is good, but a lot of times, like, you can make somebody, you can't take a horse and force them to drink from a pond, right? You just can't. And a lot of times it's, you can share your perspective, you can share what your beliefs are, but ultimately you have to live out what your beliefs are through action, through intention. Um, and really, I mean, just I think aside from the money, aside from um the whole numbers aspect, I've always been somebody that's always wanted to restart my life in a sense. That's just me, because I have a more curious mindset of being open to another culture, open to a similar culture, or just I'm the kind of person that's comfortable getting out of my comfort zone. I've noticed that I've had the most growth personally, internally, in many aspects. I've had the most growth when I do things that are out of the norm, or when I had experiences that are outside of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, it's true what Ryan says. I mean, you gotta follow what your heart tells you. You gotta follow what you feel is righteous to you, right? Oh,
Yeah. No, absolutely. We're gonna take a break here, you guys. Aaron's gonna get another beer. I'm gonna re-up myself. We're gonna take a bathroom break. I'm gonna cut this out when I edit the video. So we're gonna be back in about 2 minutes here, you guys. I'm gonna keep it playing though, because I don't want to pause it, because if I pause it, then it'll start converting. I don't want that to happen. So Aaron, go do what you gotta do. I'm gonna do what I have to do. We're gonna take 2 minutes and we're gonna be right back.
okay,
We're gonna let everything run though. You can mute yourself too if you want, just in case.
okay.
I'll do the
I'll go
same.
ahead.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Right, we're back, right, Aaron?
We're back.
Sound check, sound check. 1, 2, 3. Aaron, 1, 2, 3. All right, we're good to go. Now, all right. So, yeah. So, anyways, guys, we talked a lot about a lot of stuff, right? And I know a lot of it seems like preaching, because a lot of it is kind of preaching, but you know, but no, actually, two things I will say about preaching. Number one, you should only preach if you've actually done something with your life, right? It's a really simple concept, really simple, right? If but you can also preach or start YouTube channels. Okay, whatever. Let's take it away the word preach, right? Let's start showing people the way. Let's say that you can start showing the people the way, like I did, right? Like Aaron's doing right now. Before you make the permanent move, why? Because you're still taking the steps to do the permanent move, right? So, that's the first thing. Um, the second thing about preaching is, yeah, what I was kind of alluding to is you gotta live a little bit of life. That's why, like, it kind of that's why I was only popping out with one video per week when I first came here my first month, because I was just like, man, I was a batshit and crazy hell. I was like, whoa, I got a family I got to tend to. I got girls that want to see me. I want to see girls like, and then they got this going on. I got to get my fucking license, and I got to get a car. And oh shit, fuck, man, my car needs maintenance. Oh fuck, dude. And then I need this, and then like the Airbnb doesn't have this, so I got to go to the store for this, and then like, what the fuck? I'm not understanding kilos and then all this shit, and like I'm just going fucking nuts, right? So if like
Yeah.
if I threw all you guys in the middle of my mayhem, y'all would have looked at me like, what the fuck? Right. So that's why I was like popping out with videos slowly too, just like giving you like semi updates, but not really coming at you with like all the numbers right away until I had them. I was like, damn, I had to see this apartment and that duplex and decide where I want to live permanently for the fucking first year and all this shit. And then I got expats hitting me up, and then I got all this shit. So it was like, it was fucking nuts, right? And then the girl I thought I was gonna be with, like, she didn't want to be with me or whatever, and then now she wants to be in my life again, motherfucker. It's a whole other goddamn story. I'm not gonna bring it up right now, all right? But anyways, and I was seeing a model girl, and then all that shit went down, and that shit didn't work. And I was like, what the fuck, dude, bro? So what I'm trying to say is more preaching, but yes, there is an element of, yes, you have to live life, but as long as you're in the right trajectory of life,
Mhm.
you are in my eyes eligible
Mhm.
to begin to talk about it. Right now, if you're a black pill incel, which I brought up in my walk and talk when I bring up the b-roll of Calle Palma, of the Plaza de los Héroes. When I talk about the at the very end of that video, when I talk about them, they stay on their doomer. Uh, all life is impossible. There's no solutions to anything. Fuck all women all over the world for all reasons. Fuck all guys who get women. Like, I'm just like, dude, you're gonna stick on that forever.
Just being negative.
Yeah, being negative. I'm like, dude, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? Like, come on, man. Even if I see the most minimal improvement, document it or something. You know what I mean? Like, if one of those incels had one of those, like, I'm a 20-year-old version, or I'm a 30-year-old version, I'm a 40-year-old version. Hopefully it's not 40-year-old version, but just, if there is, you know, get out of that. That should be your video that you're like, fuck, dude, I put that out for the world to see. It was the most embarrassing shit ever. And now I'm going to teach them how to not be like I was, just like I am. Like, I was a cubicle Carl. Yes, I got a lot of girls back in the day, but like, even that, my soul was sucked out of my goddamn body when I was in the United States of America. And I told you all about this in several videos. So like, I'm taking you on my journey, and a lot of you guys respect me for that. But like, just in case you're wondering, like, oh man, my life isn't perfect. Should I start my YouTube channel when I get there, or should I not? And actually, like, me and Aaron have talked about this. I'm like, bro, start your YouTube channel now. Let them see your journey now. Let them see your thought process now. You know, um, and so like, with all due respect, brother, like, I don't mean to like insult you anyway, no, but like, I did talk to Aaron about this like months ago. I was like, bro, start it now, dude, so they can see the projection, so they can see like when you were struggling, and then the decisions you had to make along the way to get where you're gonna be. And then once you're where you're at, like, I had, like, at least in my case, right? And I know I had B-roll from like my last trip, but still, I had like 300 something, maybe short of 300 subscribers, and I'm at like 550. I just passed 552. I think I just checked before I got here. So anyway, so it's the journey, and YouTube is a journey. If you want to do the YouTube thing, and it is a part of your entrepreneurial journey. And I'm sorry, Aaron. I know I'm going on a long rant, but
Oh, no, you're good.
well, the thing I will say about YouTube, and I mentioned this in my last video, not my last video, but my second to last video in my spring walk and talk. Go check that out, you guys. If I remember, I'll put it up here for you guys to click on. But my spring walk and talk, I talk about what you learn from YouTube, and the biggest part of that is the opportunities that it can bring. right? I never in my motherfucking mind would have thought I would find myself in American real estate, selling American houses, because I hated the idea of selling American houses. To who? To people who can't afford it? Hardly anybody can afford that shit. You know what I mean? So I was just like, it just didn't appeal to me. And there's far too many people my age getting like good gurus and shit, like, pretending they're just ultra fucking successful real estate agents. I'm like, man, I know where you really work. And no hate. No hate. If you want to make that your second thing, but then again, what are you doing? You're doing the first thing I said. You're selling to people who can't afford it. You're not explaining. You're not explaining their fucking even electricity bills. You're not bringing up their property taxes. You're not bringing up their HOAs. You're putting that on them to figure out, most likely, because I know a lot of you motherfuckers don't actually explain a lot of that shit. Because like I've looked for condos and I know that some of these motherfuckers didn't even explain even condo shit to me that well. I had to go back and look into it myself, right? So, and you could say, oh, you were just working with fucked up agents. So, yeah, well, there's a lot of them. That's my point. So, I didn't want to be a fucking guru in the States. Now, here, because I just randomly like started filming my most successful video, almost 8,000 views, is the houses I filmed, purely prices, right? And that was back in last September, a year ago now, right? 8,000 fucking views on that video alone. There's 3 houses. All of them are under 134,000. Beautiful. I think they're probably all still up for sale. Think about that. 3 houses under 134,000 in Via Elisa, all still up for sale. Now, if I'm wrong, I'll mention that in this description and the other description to the video. But I believe they all are. You know what I mean? So the point is that like I did not in my motherfucking right mind think that I would ever even touch real estate. But now I get offers from owners to sell their houses, right? Because they see my platform, they see my reach, they see that I have the ability to talk to foreigners around the world, English speaking foreigners around the world who are interested in buying property here. I have offers from other what up, my man Alex? If you watch this video, my man from England, what up, dog? If you watch this, he has land. He has houses gonna pop up here in 2025 in Kakupe. I have multiple people who want to work for me with residency, and bringing people's dogs here, doing and shipping containers, doing Jesus Christ, I'm forgetting the word customs brokerage stuff, because I have a direct connection to that. And well, yeah, that was because I brought my dog here, but I also have trust here on both sides of the equation now. And so like, yes, I have a YouTube channel. Yes, it may not have that many followers that you guys think, but look at the opportunities it's brought. And that's only the monetary stuff. Look at the interviews I've done. Look at who I'm interviewing right now or having a discussion with. I don't even count this as an interview. Aaron, probably one of the smartest kids. I'm sorry. I know I shouldn't call you a kid. You're 26. Like, bro, to me, like, if you're under 28, you're a fucking a kid in a good way, all respect. But like, he's a smart man. You know what I mean? A smart young man. You know what I mean? So like, he has his head on his shoulders, right? Like at me at his age, I've told you this 1,000 times. Like, hell no, I didn't. I was just wanted to like either go downtown and make whatever stupid ass toxic relationship, well, with that one girl I was with forever, like to make it work, and didn't give a fuck about myself or anything else and like about life. I was just like, this is a projection. I didn't even think about house prices. Even I was just like, we're just gonna make it work. I didn't think critically about it. I didn't even crunch in the numbers yet. That wasn't even until I hit my 30s. You know what I mean? But Aaron's doing it. So like, okay, maybe you can take some things from me, some of my videos, but look at it, Aaron, and be like, well, he's what, 7 years younger than you. So be an Aaron. You know what I mean, guys? So, I say that clownishly. Like I've said that as a joke, but I actually do mean it. Like be an Aaron. And I know he's immediately gonna say, oh no, 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 no. But I'm serious. I'm serious. Be this motherfucker Be him, you know what I mean? Yes, you guys can also go the and shout out, you know, if by some miracle Austin Holloman will see this. You guys can do the Austin Holloman thing, but that's a world traveler shit. That's completely different than a
Yeah.
permanent relocator. That's like, and you know, and Austin deserves all his fucking clout, all his subscribers, because you know why? Because he's also progress and mindset wise in every single way that you're supposed to, right? Now, I can't say that for every YouTuber. Yeah, there's a certain one that I won't bring up your goddamn name because you're already Floyd. Okay, maybe I brought it up. Well, whatever. But
I'm
but
gonna go.
so like be inherent, you guys. I know I'm a preaching motherfucker, but like that's only because I'm preaching. Like the reason I didn't preach in the States because I didn't have a lot to say. Like I had some shit to say, but now that I've lived here for 3 months, I understand. I can see the contrast. The United States here, prices, this, how I feel here, the women I've dated here. God damn, you know what I mean? Like I was just telling Aaron the other day, I guess fuck it, whatever. I guess if my girls want to fucking hit up the subtitles and shit. Jesus Christ, okay, okay.
We're already
One
here.
or
We're
a couple
already
girls in particular are gonna dive this deep into the video. God bless your hearts. You know what I mean? But anyway, so you know, bro, like I was telling Aaron, I was like, bro, I got like three beautiful women like that like want me at this very moment. And you know, I'm just like, this is a non-issue. This is a non-issue. You know what I mean? I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah, he's over here like, why are you complaining about this? I'm like, because it's drama. You know, and he's like, bro, I'm not even gonna address this shit. I'm just like, yeah, you're right, bro. What the fuck am I complaining about? Like, I came from the US, I didn't have shit. Well, sort of, but I didn't have basically I didn't have shit. You know what I mean? Coming coming here, but now it's just like insane. You know what the real reason is because I'm dedicated to this shit. I'm putting on my country. I'm getting my numbers up. I'm getting my cloud up. I'm proving to people that you can live this kind of life. I got my dog here. I'm a happy guy, you know? So shit. Anyways, I'm gonna shut the fuck up. Aaron, give us some wisdom.
that's already a lot of wisdom. I mean, where do I start? I'm already in my third beer and I'm already feeling it. Yeah, I mean, no,
No,
I'm already. Yeah, yeah, that was the whole point of this video for sure.
chill
But
out.
definitely, but definitely, I mean, I think what Ryan is preaching is, you know, to to I mean, I know he uses me as an example. I'm definitely not
Yes.
like an
Yes.
I'm definitely not like an Austin Holloman, because you know Austin
And
Holloman
that's completely different fucking shit though.
is really different. But I think what he refers to me is like, be somebody that you that somebody that thinks outside the box, that is in align with the same kind of goals that you want to achieve. Because there's goals that I have regarding not just only getting residency in Paraguay, but maybe living part time, full time, you know, maybe. And the thing is, life is like a box of chocolates. You don't know what the hell you're gonna come across, right?
What
Like,
up, Forrest Gump?
I know, yeah. Like you don't know if you might meet the love, of your life, or you come up with a business idea, or you partner with somebody. Um, and I feel very, very, very blessed to know Ryan, to have Ryan as not just a contact, but as a close friend. To know that, hey, like
Me too,
when I
dude.
get to Paraguay, I know I'm gonna have somebody that I can, that I can fall on, and say, hey, like, you know, this is how you do this is how you do things. I'll help you, and that sort of thing. And I think the whole thing with this whole like moving abroad type of thing is, you know, people want to go to where everybody is at. I'm just gonna put it like that. Like people want every dude, every I'm just gonna say every passport bro wants to go to Medellin, Colombia. Every
Let me propose you a question. What's the secret, Aaron? What's the secret? Where should you go? Where should you go?
Where should you go? You should go where you feel. You should go with where you're looking for. If
Yeah,
you're looking,
but
if you
if you're a serious person, where should you
okay,
really go?
I think if you're a serious person that's serious in terms of, and I mean serious in the sense of not just going as a weekend warrior. I mean
Yes.
like
Yes.
somebody that wants to expand their portfolio. They want to set up roots. They want to start a business. They want to have a solid visa or residency. Paraguay is one of those places. A lot of people that I don't.
Well,
Oh, go ahead.
yeah. What I wanted you to say, what I wanted you to say, Aaron, is this. Oh, sorry.
Sorry, don't
No,
tell me. Tell me.
no, but you know, joking around, but also serious at the same time. What I want Aaron to say is, go where there's not that many expats. Uh,
Say that.
and I know me and Aaron have had this conversation off camera 1,000 times over. Like literally, like I can't even fucking remember how many times me and Aaron have talked about this shit and come to the same conclusions. Like fucking Cancun's, the motherfucking
Mexico,
Medellin's, the motherfucking you know,
Mexico.
you guys are oversaturated there, and you're not. It's not the Medellin of 15 years ago. It's the Medellin of 2024. It's not the Medellin of 2010. You know what I mean? It's not the it's, well, Cancun has never been a good example, but it's not even like the I don't know what's a good example in Mexico. Where does that?
Mexico, you have Mexico City, you have
Yeah,
San
yeah.
Miguel, San Miguel de Allende, Lake Chapala, which is in Jalisco. It's full of gringos. Nobody speaks Spanish there.
Wow.
They've pushed a lot of the locals out.
You guys know that there's 1 million Americans in Mexico? 1 million. Guys, what's the population of Paraguay? 7 million at best. Imagine if 1 million gringos showed up tomorrow in Paraguay. Like, even I would be on edge, like, Jesus Christ. Let's get immigration under control, you guys. Like, Jesus fuck, you know? Like, no, but you know, on a more serious level, if they're all coming as and they're vetted and the government is willing to accept them, and there actually are a shit ton of high rises for you guys. But like be on the front end of it. Don't be on the back end of it.
Yeah.
5 or 10 years from now, be here in 1, 2, 3 years. Okay,
Yeah.
don't be here 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 whatever years from now. Come here now. And in fact, I will mention one thing, but I just found out that residency. See, this is why I fucking hate some channels, dude. Not hate. I'm sorry, that's a harsh word, but like they're like, you guys got to come back twice over. You have to come back twice over. Oh my God, you have to come back twice over for residency. And I'm just like, no, no. You just have to stay here for 2 or 3 weeks. That's what I've told all of you, even a year and a half ago. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Or a year ago. But like, I've told you guys this from the get go. I've always said, in email, anybody who hits me up, at least be here for 2 weeks or 3 weeks. I know that there's some guys coming from maybe like Dubai, some ultra like high business execs who just want to come here for one fucking day, not even know a lick about the goddamn country, do a little bit of paperwork, fly the fuck out the next day to motherfucking Buenos Aires, do some motherfucking horseplay in fucking Rio and go back to Dubai and then go to Hong Kong for some other fucking conference the next week. Like, nah, bro. Like, you have to be here for a while. So, like, I know there's a lot of YouTubers that are literally saying right now, it's all over this shit. Oh, you have to come back twice over, twice over. No, you just have to stay here like 2 or 3 weeks until your ID shows up. That's it. That and not only that, and yes, but that is by law. So, so yes, beforehand. So that's the actual distinction by the law, is that it used to be that like whoever's working on your behalf could send you it right internationally. That's not the case anymore after October of this year. Okay, so you do have to be here, but I've always told you guys, be here regardless. Be here regardless 2 or 3 weeks. You know what I mean? So I just want to put that out there. I know if you guys are even watching this video long enough to even hear that from me, I will actually cover this in another video shortly, because I think I said at the very beginning of this video, maybe I didn't, maybe I did, but like I did get the green light from my lawyer that we are good to go for you guys who want residency. Aaron's first on the list though.
Definitely.
Anyway, Aaron, please take us back to Earth like you always do.
Yeah. I think one thing I wanted to say is that Paraguay, I mean, I haven't been there yet, right? I'm planning to in the coming months, but Paraguay is I would assume Paraguay is definitely not like Dubai. It's not a place that you just go 1 day, 2 days, and that's it. There you have to spend some time as far as physically be there, the paperwork, and also I would assume get acclimated to the country in a sense to what the culture. I know Ryan is very passionate and very vocal about the culture when it comes to Paraguay. It's like like myself, I am bilingual, so I do have an understanding as far as understanding Spanish, being able to speak the language. Although accents in different parts of Latin America is something to consider, right? But I think a lot of times when somebody chooses a country, they have to consider what comes with it, not just the benefits, but what they have to put in their part, learning the language, learning the culture, learning the customs, connecting, networking, building relationships. Like with Ryan, Ryan is one of those people, and I hope to build more relationships in Paraguay as well, because that's a country that it's not just a country that I'm looking at just residency wise, but it's a place that I'm looking into for more than just that. So I think that's it. I 1,000% agree with what Ryan is saying. A lot of these channels or a lot of other guys, they're just pushing the narrative of like, oh, spend here a day, spend here 2 days, do this and we'll send it to you. Boom. Or really, it's like no, like you gotta invest, you gotta put some of your effort into
Guys,
uh,
pretty
when
much,
it comes.
pretty much. Yeah, you'll absolutely, Aaron, absolutely agree with, and thank you for reiterating that. Uh, but like I even consider 3 weeks a little bit. I consider 3 weeks nothing. 3 weeks. I was here my first trip 3 weeks, and I was crying. I was bawling because I couldn't stay more longer. I could not stay longer. Yeah, I had to meet family and all that. But even still, like I barely learned the language. The language current came over 12 years. The only reason I even know half the slang I do, and like I even like kind of let you, a lot of you guys know, even through email and stuff. Like some of you guys are like, "Oh, is this what this means?" I'm like, "Nah, that's not what that means." But whatever. But you know what I mean. But anyway, so like even that I even come across half of that shit is because I immediately like dive in fully. In fact, you know, uh, I've been to where most of you guys stay in downtown Asuncion 3 times. 3 times. One was with my father 2 years ago. And I don't even count that. We went to the Museo del Barrio, the clay museum. Beautiful museum. I actually might go there again and film all of it. Um, but we just went to eat, and then we were gonna go to Plaza de los Héroes, but it was already dark, and it gets a little bit sketchy, like sort of. You could still go, but yeah, I wasn't gonna bring my 60-plus-year-old father there, at the time. And neither was the driver. But like whatever. But so well, we at least passed by and saw the Costanera, all that stuff. But so that was number one. Number two was the interview I did literally with David Maloney. I was like, wow, like this is the first thing that most of you guys see. You get off the airport and you go straight to new downtown, right? I get out the airport, I come to my family, or I come here to San Lorenzo at best. And then I only go to New Downtown if you guys are down there. And so I went there with the interview with Dr. David Maloney. I filmed a little bit of it, not too much. And then I filmed a little bit more when I did the interview with my Australian guy, Shane Codwell. Right. So point is that like you guys immediately go to the places where you're gonna be like the most gringo, and maybe not
Gentrify. gentrified,
Yeah,
touristy.
gentrified, yeah, but also like you're going to the most comfortable bubble that you possibly can.
Yeah,
Okay. So like, and believe me, Paraguayans are nice as fuck. You get one city over, Fernando. You get one more where I'm at in San Lorenzo. You get one more in Capitan. All nice as fuck, you guys. You're gonna save a shit ton of money, you guys. You're gonna love it, you guys. And go to Los Lagos. If you guys didn't see my second video, walk and talk, my girlfriend, right? You know what I mean? And that one, if you didn't see the outside of that place is fucking marvelous. And what is it, like $40 a night? What are you guys paying downtown? 120 at some of the places that you're saying? And believe me, 120 is cheap as fuck compared to like Chicago. It's like 320 or whatever the fuck a night. So I know that
200,
you guys think it's cheap coming from like Sydney, Australia, London,
200,
New
two,
York, Los Angeles, San Diego. I know that you guys are like, oh my God, it's so cheap. 120, that's it, or $100 a night in downtown Osceola. And believe me, they're beautiful. I was on a rooftop bar. Beautiful women, stunning. But like, why don't you take it down to 40? And then you can get in I mean, talk about green space. Stay in Los Lagos. Stay, and if you want more of a city, like I told you, you know where Aaron's gonna stay. He's gonna stay at Hotel Liz. That's like 4 blocks away from me. If you wanna hit up your homie, bro, like go stay at Hotel Liz. And like they got a little pool there. I know the owner. I know the owner now. There's multiple rooms. Their Wi-Fi is a little fucked up. You got to keep connecting, but whatever, bro. Just whatever, connect and use it, and then fucking forget about it. And fucking do whatever your shit, man. And they don't give a fuck about all the girls that you might bring up to the room. You know what I'm saying? So like, they ain't judging you on that shit like other places, bro. Like they might be a little more like, oh, who are you, man? Are you bringing in more than one guest? You know what I mean? So like, yeah, I'm just letting you know. Your boy's letting you know. You know what I mean? But but anyways, point is, point is like get out of the bubble, experience a little bit of Paraguay. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a shit ton cheaper. You could spend a third of what you plan to spend if you get a little bit out. And guess what? If you really want to go to the bar scene in Carmelitas or whatever the fuck, guess what, dude? That's a $5 cab ride. That's a $5 fucking Uber. $6, $7 at best in the busiest times. You know what I did? I took a 35-minute cab ride from here in San Lorenzo, my motherfucking crib, to the fucking church out in 35 minutes away at 3 p.m. and then back around the same price. $5. Less than $5 one way, right? So I spent $10 and right and then I walked and then I wanted and I wasn't gonna spend 25 minutes walking back, so I spent $11. uh you guys are gonna maybe see this video by now because I'm gonna upload that one before this one, so you'll have seen it. So that's $11. And then guess what? I got an empanada and a tiny can of Heineken. Guess how much that was? 12,000. That's like a $1.60. All right. So I spent less than $13 on cab rides walking through the town. Empanada filled up my belly. Dos pan, the little they when you get an empanada, they give you little pieces of bread right here. So I got full as I continue my walk. Little Heineken to keep your boy going, and then and 3 cab rides, $13 American. I spent. I'm gonna come out with a video with this.
less than $20.
And not only that, it's not even about the prices. I escaped the city. I escaped my fucking. I escaped this. I got out. And I couldn't go all the way to the lake because motherfucker wouldn't let me. But but I will when there's more. I have a homegirl. I'll set up for this shit too. But for next time I go out there. But anyway, so like I'll get out to the lake and I'll film all that shit with the piers, and then I'll go to the other side in San Bernardino. I'm gonna make the whole lake scene. Oh, I'm gonna put that on for you guys. You know what I mean? Your boy's gonna put you on. But anyways, point is that like look at what I just said. $13, 3 cab rides, food. You're getting safe everywhere. You know, I mean, you know what I mean? Like, come on, dude. What the fuck? You couldn't even buy your girl 2 fucking ice creams in the States for that shit. You know what I mean? Or like Ben and Jerry's, or do you guys even have Ben and Jerry's? Whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? You know, I mean, at the store, not even at a place, you know? Like, yeah, I mean, come on, bro. Like, okay, again, I am preaching, but hey, I do gotta be a little bit bragocious about this shit because this is the reason why you should, like, you know, uproot your life. Because, bro, and you know what my stupid American ass was thinking the whole time is how much it would have cost in America. The whole time, $25 cab ride. Another, yeah, let's say $6 cab ride from that there to $7. Another $25 with tip also to come home. Also for that empanada, yeah, empanada, because there's usually hardly empanada places. They're really exclusive in our cities. That'd be another $5. A Heineken on top of that, $4. So what are you talking about? 50 plus 7 plus another 10 or so. So you're talking like $60, $70 trip
Yeah.
to film. $70 compared to 13. Okay, I know where I'm gonna fucking be. And not only that, but you get to talk about your goddamn thoughts. You get to talk about your journey, your trip, your this, your that. You know what I mean? Check out my Instagram, you guys. You know, like I just like uploaded some shit. Yeah, I didn't upload the best shit, but like some graffiti and like some stuff and like and when you see the video, I actually go deep into history and like and then deep into the love for my town because that's like literally like one of our biggest artisan center towns. One of the most special towns we have here, Aregua, is beautiful. And I didn't even get to the other side of Aregua where they make all the pastries and stuff. Oh my god, dude. You guys are little fucking nuts. And I actually will get there. Well, when I do the lake tour and then I go like and film the pastries and all that shit and like the pies and all the fruit stuff. And oh, remember when I did my $44? Remember when I said my jam comes from Aregua? Remember, maybe you guys saw that, maybe not. Remember when I said that? That's the town I'm talking about. They do all the fruit like mixtures, all the fruits. That's our fruit central, and it's all fucking amazing, dude. Like, and if you're coming from the States or even from Europe nowadays, like you have no idea. There's a reason why I'm skinny. You know what I mean? You know what I
I've been
mean?
telling you that. I've been telling you that. That's why you got 3 girls orbiting you, man.
Woo! Woman, oh man. Shit, you know, I ain't the skinny. Yes, I ain't claiming that. But shit, you know, but hey, hey guys, we're getting up there with time. I have no fucking idea. I know we're probably at an hour and a half, maybe even 2 hours right now. But anyways, I want Aaron to close us out because I'm in a preaching motherfucker. I'm sorry, you guys. I just got a lot on my mind, but Aaron, bring us down to earth again.
To be honest, I mean, I don't know where to start. You know, Mario on my third beer. I'm pretty sure Ryan's on his second or third glass of whiskey.
Woof.
But again, I think, like he said, I mean, part of it is preaching, but part of it is what he's doing.
Yeah.
And I think really at the end of the day, it's he's showing it to us, right? He's showing it to you guys. He's showing it to me. Hence, you know, I'm here with him, you know, on a Thursday night, you know, spending time with him virtually, even though it's not in person yet. What I will say, what is guaranteed is the next video we do, it's gonna be in person. I'm just looking, I'm looking forward to it. Just the day that once I get to see Ryan.
You don't want to do one more before you dip out? Maybe there.
Hey,
There might be one more before he dips.
One more. Maybe we'll probably do one more
just to catch his last thoughts before he goes on his merchant mariner stuff. But then after that, I know that I know that pretty much after whatever contract you have in your merchant mariner stuff, you're pretty much coming to Paraguay, pretty much immediately after that.
Yeah,
Right.
I want to. my goal is to spend a little more time over time, like after my first visits, so that way I can get like more acclimated and just know, okay, like, kind of build a base, set roots, and really just spend more time each visit as I go. Um, but I mean, that would be a good idea. I think one more video beforehand once it's in person. Um, but I'm really,
I would love to. Yeah.
I'm just really, and I told this to Ryan. I'm really looking forward to once I book the flight in the coming months to get to Paraguay. Um, Not only aside from just the residency, but also just to meet him, just to get exposed to the culture. Because one of the biggest things in any country, right, and especially like Paraguay, is the culture, right? There's a reason why people go abroad. It's not just the cost of living, it's not just the economics, it's not just all the craziness. A lot of times, it's the culture. It's just being in a culture where there's some, sense of camaraderie, or there's a sense of belonging, where people are simply just friendly. Because I mean, if you guys are from a Western country, which I assume a lot of the viewers are, you know, a lot of that has dwindled down over time, just because of societal changes, what's going on in a certain country, social media, cultural values tend to change. I still believe, in my heart, I still believe that there's places um, that are still sane. I'll just put it like that. Not insane, but sane. People say hi to each other. Good morning, buenos dias, buenas tardes, ¿cómo estás? How are you doing? Like, I can say that for sure because I've seen it before in my travels. I'm Mexican American. I'm a first generation American. So when I've been to Mexico, um, simply just being in Mexico, literally just across the border, because I'm a natural. I'm bred as a border kid. I was born in the U.S., but my parents are Mexican, right? So I've seen the differences in culture. Literally, when you cross the border, it's an imaginary line, and it instantly changes the language,
Yep.
the people. Buenos días, ¿cómo estás? Buenas tardes, ¿cómo te puedo ayudar? It, so I think the biggest motivation too for those who maybe aren't as familiar with Latino culture is just it's the culture. It's just friendliness. There's some sort of standard of morality, of kindness, of simply being a helping hand to someone, whether that's a man, a woman, a child. Um, and that I won't say that in America it doesn't exist. I think it does, but it's you're not seeing it as much anymore, or it's just there's just big changes, right? And I know me and Ryan have talked off camera about those kinds of differences when it comes to, the culture. But really, it comes to that. It's a different environment, you know. Um, and yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to either another video virtually, or more so, I'm also thinking like, man, once I get there, like, me and Ryan will crack a couple of beers, some cervezas, do a video, show me around, and I'm looking forward to that. And I will say, being transparent, it's been a year since I've taken a vacation. It's been a year since I've actually like had a week off or 2 weeks off, because I'm working. I'm trying to do things outside of work, and you know I'm really looking forward to the day when I finally get to Paraguay and I meet Ryan, and just have a good time. Really.
Fuck yeah, brother. Yeah, man. No, I mean, yeah, I'm gonna be completely honest, bro. Like you're the one I'm most excited about to have come here. Straight up, bro. Straight up. No fucking like lie, bro. Like all my life, bro. For real, dude. And I mean, you just give me the green light, bro. If you're looking for a girl at that point, if you're not, it's all good. But if you are,
But just
boy, I'm gonna have family members lined up. Like 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, boy. Oh, wait, yeah, hell no. But anyway, so no, man, my man, no, but actually about that though. Actually, no, actually, I shouldn't say about that. Well, no, fuck it. I will say about that. I will say about that.
Oh shit.
Hey, y'all,
Say
expats, expats, expats. If I do meet you and I feel you out as a good man, I feel you out as a good man. There could be a very good chance that you're gonna be introduced to some people. Let's just say that, you know, and and, I'm not just talking about my family, but I got a lot of connections here. You know what I mean? And the only reason that I stay a little bit farther away from my own connections is because they're my connections. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I mean, so like,
that.
but like I got a lot of branches off those trees though, you know what I mean? So like, hey, and that has some that has some that knows some that la 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 la, you know what I mean? So hey, so we'll just say, like, I even brought up to my man Shane, who was telling me that, like, oh, my bad, you guys, but he was telling me that, like, he's looking for like 40 or 45 above. I'm like, I got you. Hey, you know what I mean? Like, you're a good man. I know your history now. I know the kind of man that you are, you know? Like, hey, like, when next time you're back, hey, there might be a family function going on, or there might be this or that, you know what I mean? No, but, but whatever, bro. But even if it ain't family stuff, bro, like, hey, you know, fuck it, man. Like, dude, like, I ain't no motherfucking, like, I would just keep, like, oh my God, there's just, like fucking I'm not one of those motherfuckers who just like I'm gonna try to say,
He keeps it all to themselves, or has that mindset of keeping them to themselves.
yeah, like, like, hey man, if you're cool, bro, you're gonna be invited to some functions, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna talk good about you. If you're a good man to talk about, I'm gonna talk good about you. I'm gonna be like, hey, I got this brother out in California here. You know what I mean? Or hey, there's this older gentleman out in Australia, and man, he's done well for himself, and he's a funny guy. He needs to learn some Spanish, so you're gonna teach us some Spanish. And shit, he'll teach you some English, some Australian English, but shit, he'll teach you some English. You know what I mean? A mutually beneficial shit. You know what I mean? So, but anyway, so. Yeah, I mean, oh man, bro, I just went a super good mode there, but nah, it's true, man. Like, hey, bro, like if you meet your boy, shit, man, we can have a good time. You never know, I gotta feel you out though. You know what I mean? If you're a straight fucking guru, nah, I don't even want to meet you. You know what I mean? But if you got your head on your shoulders, if you're out here for the right reasons and shit, hell yeah, you know what I mean? But Aaron is priority though. Aaron's pretty much gonna marry one of my family members. I'm just playing. I'm just playing, dog. Nah. Hell no. I put so much pressure on Aaron. I'm like, God damn it. I said, yeah, calm down and shit. You know what I mean?
I haven't even been there yet. Shit, I haven't even gone. I haven't even booked the flight.
I know. God damn it, bro. Stop putting so much pressure on me. Hell no. Oh, man, bro. This is exactly why I'm going to end this video because we're getting a little bit too litty. God damn it, Aaron. Calm down, Aaron.
You gotta make me get my fourth beer, man. Don't do it.
Oh, really? Shit. What you drinking now? The same shit? Michelob.
Nicola.
No fucking way. Dude, that's what the Australian pointed out on the fucking billboard the other day. You saw
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
That's Wisconsin, right?
It's. I think I want to say it's Midwest. I think it's potentially a Midwest beer, similar
Maybe
to like Budweiser. I think.
maybe in Michigan. I think that's Wisconsin though. Michelob Light or Michelob. Yeah. My man's dude. My man's going it up here, bro. Oh man. Oh, maybe I shouldn't trust Aaron so much. No, just
Like,
I'm just playing, bro. I'm just playing, bro. You don't even
you
fucking
gotta
know.
make,
My
you gotta
family,
make me bring out a tequila.
whoa, my family are some consumers. Not to paint a picture of my family like
Yeah.
alcoholics, but like when there's events, dude, whew, like yeah, we could bring Mexicans under the table, dog. Well, maybe not that far. Maybe not that far. because y'all drink tequila and shit. Like, Jesus Christ, you know what I mean? Like, but holy shit. But yeah, we're one of those countries though, bro. But anyways, I think we're gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna call it a day. Aaron, you're a fucking amazing dude. We're gonna wrap this shit up. We're probably at 2 hours right now. And it's been amazing. And yeah, thank you, Aaron, for saying that. I'm not just preaching. I actually am giving you like advice that like I've actually been through and all that. So thank you for like for spelling it out that yeah, like I'm not just preaching. Preaching,
You
yeah, I
already,
guess.
you
Yeah,
already know I'm always open ears. Definitely, I'm always open ears and always hearing out everybody's stories, especially Ryan, because I can always learn from someone like Ryan. So,
well, dude, somebody like me can learn from you too, straight up. Like and it's a problem if you don't. If you think you're too old, too wise, too rich enough to stop like listening to other people, then you're a fucking moron, dude. Like I learned just as much from Aaron when he tells me his stuff as he does from me, dude. And like I might have more answers and shit or whatever the fuck, quote unquote, through my channel, through my fucking shit, but that's all stuff I learned along the way. There's nothing that I did beforehand was like, oh, I know all this shit. It's like, no, all this stuff was like either on the way or afterwards or in the moment for some certain things, so it's like, there's nothing that I'll ever, I should stop using the word preach. Like, let you guys know about that, that I haven't lived in. And I know that a lot of you guys, as many flaws as I have, do follow me though and I appreciate you guys for following me for my I guess you guys say authenticity, genuine nature, and really truly I do appreciate that straight up. Like much respect right back at you all, including you, Aaron. Again, I will say Aaron Equihua.
Iwa,
God damn it. Equihua.
Iwa.
It's more of a like, okay, so you don't have to emphasize the last three letters. That's what I always do. Equihua.
It's three syllables. Ikiwa.
Equihua. But you don't overemphasize the last. Okay. Equihua. See, I overemphasize Equihua or something like Equihua. Anyway. God damn it. Aaron Equihua. Fucking me up, dude. You're fucking me up, dude. No, anyways, my man Aaron here, he is the Hispanic expat. Check him out. If you guys stayed through all this fucking interview, shout out, much love. Comment below. If you stayed through all this interview, oh my god, you better comment below. Shit, tell us what you agree with, what you don't agree with, whatever, man. Hit on my man. Subscribe to his channel. Follow his journey too. Like, you know what I mean? And yeah, and me and my brother, we're gonna have a couple drinks off camera here, but we're gonna end this right now because you guys don't deserve to know all of our intimate conversation, guys. You guys, okay, just kidding. Maybe one day, but we're gonna check. We're gonna do a little check here first. All right, you guys, we're getting a little bit litty here. Maybe I should just speak for myself, but anyways. Aaron's a real motherfucker, especially you younger men. You definitely need to be following him. You definitely do. He's gonna tell you no, but I'm gonna say yeah. So anyway, follow your mans. We're out of here. Much love. My best life Paraguay. Y'all know who we are. Right out on the Aaron Equihua. We're out of here. Much love. Take care of yourselves, boys and ladies and gentlemen. All right. Peace.
Peace.
Hell no.